Hi, I'm Jonathan Pines, and I'm here at the secret East Coast bunker of AMS, and we're going to talk today about the 5057 Orbit summing mixer. At Rupert Neve Designs, we think that your summing mixer should actually do something. We think that tonality, vibe, and character are the reasons to go out of the box and use a summing mixer. Because let's face it, we're all chasing that large format console sound. The Orbit allows you to push or soak the output transformer and use silk red or silk blue to give you that large format console sound. Now, a neat trick with this, the harder you push into it, the more it's going to glue. It's almost never going to give up. So the more you push level into it, the more you push the output. I'm going to let you know that it's okay to see the red light sometimes. Okay, you might even want that. Play around with that. It's a cool tonality. It just glues more and more together. It doesn't fold, the stereo image doesn't collapse, doesn't lose its depth. It just sounds more and more like a finished record. Not all gear can do that, but this is one you definitely want to push into a little bit. So what is silk? This is a question that a lot of musicians are trying to understand. Silk is a way to get more tonality, more vintage vibe and character into your mixes without killing the next piece of gear in line. So silk is not equalization and it's not a distortion box. It's in fact additional harmonics. The Orbit measures dead flat from 10 Hz to 100 kHz, but when you engage silk, it doesn't bump it up like an EQ, it adds more low frequency harmonics or mid and high frequency harmonics. So you can bring out or accentuate the parts of your mix that you feel would benefit from a little more excitement. It's repeatable, it's fully detented. As a matter of fact, there's a stepped attenuator on the Orbit that allows you to choose how hard you're pushing the output side. And on the output side, there's both a 0 dBu output and a -6 output. So what's the -6 dBu output for? Again, depending on your interface, if it's bus powered, it probably doesn't want to see much more than +20 dBu on the input side. The Orbit, particularly when you're pushing hard into it, which is what you want to do, is going to put out +24 as much as +26 dBu. That's too much for a lot of interfaces. So the -6 dBu output is in fact 6 dB below the 0 output and is a perfect match for a lot of bus-powered interfaces. You can also do fun things with printing both. You can take one of the outputs and run it through a different signal chain, or you can print both and use the two different levels to see how hard it might hit whatever format or converter you're pushing into. The Orbit has mono switches on the first 4 inputs. What that does is it sums the left and right channel, so 1 and 2 together. So you might use that for something like kick and snare because you want both of them in the center and you don't need them panned out, and it'll put them perfectly in the center. All the channels are channel matched to within 1/4 of a dB. That's a great thing for repeatability and a great way to be able to recall your mix. Other applications for that might be vocals, or you might want to take a bass DI and a bass amp and have them both sitting right in the center of your mix. If you want to get more vibe, tone, and character into your own mixes, or learn more about anything that Rupert Neve Designs makes, please reach out to our good friends at AmericanMusical.com.